It's the kind of thing that you don't want to be in the middle of, isn't it? If you saw a hawk and a snake fighting, you'd probably say, I'm going to give that a wide berth. But so when it's taking place on your arm...
Basically, you've become the arena for hawk versus snake.
Fight! Hello and welcome to Killer Rabbit, the podcast that is just for you, yeah.
And you.
And you.
And you.
And you.
And me.
It sounded a bit like that horrible program by that horrible nonce. It's not. What a way to start!
Wow.
Which program?
Let's just leave it there. Anyway, just move on from that.
Some horrible person that fixed it for people. And you and
Bob the
you.
Builder.
That's
Bob
the one.
Builder,
Yeah,
that was it.
Bob the Builder got cancelled for being a horrible child molester. Welcome to Killer Rabbit Podcast. It's the podcast where we go through the
I get what you're on about.
darkest trenches of the internet to bring you the silliest, strangest, and most surreal stories that we can find. And we love doing it. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sam. I'm joined by Mr. Adam Chase. Everybody, yeah, woo, Mr. Adam Chase, everybody, yeah. Oh my God, it's Mr. Adam Chase. Oh my God, it's Mr. Adam Chase. Yes, Mr. Adam Chase. It's Adam Chase.
Thank you.
Very abrupt end to the applause,
Hello,
there,
Sam.
wasn't it?
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm alright, how are you?
Pretty good numerically. I'm an 8. This is the new thing, okay?
Starting this again.
Yes, this
We're
is
at
the
8
this
today.
is the new thing.
I'm at a 2.
You're at oh.
I'm not really.
Hey, what you want?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, and I've got
I'm 6.
every time, every episode.
Every time.
One day he'll surprise us with a 7.
I don't think he will.
That's naughty, that
Don't
is.
think
It's
he will.
naughty.
I think I'd be
Naughty.
confused if he went that high. Anywho, you've heard his voice. He's right here. He's to my left-hand side. I don't know which ear he's in for you. Probably both of them.
You would hope so, unless I edit this
mono
room.
recording.
Yeah, it's a mono recording.
Should be both.
Yeah.
We really should.
I'm over here.
Here he
I'm
is.
over here.
Benson!
Hello.
Yeah. Do you want a round of applause?
Only a 3-second one. That wasn't 3 seconds.
Not even that.
Typical man.
Sorry. Who?
Typical.
Are you or me?
Just say?
Are you insulting me? Or are you insulting yourself?
It's
I'm
insulting
definitely not
everyone.
insulting myself.
Are you not?
One would never do that.
Would you like me to go longer?
Go on then.
Oh, it's Benson, everybody. There he is. Oh, fantastic. Oh, my
And
God,
stop.
is that Benson? Oh, my God. Look at him. Oh, he's so gorgeous. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
I'm going to feel fully recharged. We haven't recorded in so long.
I thought you were going to say fully erect, and that's
I
probably
don't-
what this
that-
podcast has done to my brain. Addled it.
That has to be assumed, really.
Assumed?
At this point, assumed. I got to assume
Like
that I got a stonk on.
Yeah, we got to assume it.
Fully shocked.
I got a stir it.
It's not stonking everywhere.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's...
Would you like to know how numerically I am, or are we not caring? Is it
Yeah.
all about Adam? That's fine.
Go on. Tell me.
10.
You're a 10! Hooray! And what about you, lovely listener? Where are you on the scale?
I'm a
You're-
6.
You're a 6.
It's weird that we
Same
can
as
hear the
Adam.
listeners.
It is, yeah. I find that odd.
I'm a 9.
This is very true. If you shout in response to us, we will hear it. So if you're listening now
In
and,
about 3 weeks.
and you want to tell us how you are on the numerical scale of fineness, we will hear it and we will empathise where appropriate. So there we go.
Excellent, well done. That's really good. I think you did a great job there.
How are we doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
I'm a bit tired because I haven't recorded in so long.
Yeah, it's been such a long time since we recorded.
It really has.
Can't
long.
Can't even remember what we covered on the last episode.
I
It's been that
know,
long.
Fucking crazy.
Something about gophers.
Yeah.
Probably. silly words.
Yeah, go for
Who
it.
knows? Yes, this is our second episode in a row. We're doing a double recording. Oh my God.
Not for the listener, though. This will be.
Oh yeah, this is definitely the week after the last one. But
Obviously.
in real time, as things are happening right here, right now, this is the second episode.
The second?
Not the third episode.
Nope.
Nope.
Not the first episode.
No.
And it is also the 23rd episode.
It is 23 episodes already. That's mad.
Crazy.
That's if you listen to KRP now for an entire day, you wouldn't be able to fit all of it into one day.
Well, you could have said that last week or the week before. Or...
Yeah.
Or maybe you couldn't because Rabbit and Ons were much shorter episodes, weren't they?
Somebody do a whole day of listening to us and get back and let us know if you crammed it all in.
Yeah, binge us all in 24 hours.
Try.
See how that
Get the
turns.
Guinness Book of Record.
Yeah, see what that turns your brain into if you do that. So we've got some stories and we've got some features and we've got some other little bits and pieces coming up. If you would like to get involved, hit us up on the socials at killerrabbitpod, or you can email us at killerrabbitpodcast@gmail.com. Send us some suggestions, all of that stuff. And yeah, get yourselves involved. Who's got a story for me?
I have.
Oh, really? Who's that? The guy at the back. Guy at the back. What's your name, sir?
Mate, it's Benson. The guy in the back.
You're like, oh my god, what?
Killed that improv dead.
Sorry, do it again.
No, you can't do it again.
Me. I've got one.
Jensen's got one.
It's time for Benson's improvised journalism. Unfortunately, this story has come a bit late because recently on a different episode that isn't this one, nor was it the one before, which would mean episode 21, we all talked about death. And I brought in another death story.
You brought it.
I brought
We
a...
both got that at the same time.
You
Why are you broughting things?
Did I say brought it?
I brought it.
Okay, make up words all I want, like you do, with your Samuel Loblablism.
You could have at least learnt it.
Somnambulism.
That would have made too much sense.
Some blob. Sounds like Mr. Blobby.
Blubby. So I brought another death story that I'm...
Hooray! And there was much
Joy to the
rejoicing.
world.
Now, it's an interesting way to go.
Oh, the crowd like
Death
it.
Death is an interesting way to go.
I find it's one of the best ways to go, actually.
It's the most efficient.
Yeah, most people usually go by that way.
But
What other ways is there to go?
Some do just blink out of existence, but you know.
well, some people do if you've ever watched
No.
a Marvel.
A Marvel film? A Marvel.
Help me. Somebody help me, please.
Nobody's helping you.
Right, okay. So, before I read the story out,
Oh.
if you was to go in a interesting way of death, what would your most randomest, crazy story be?
Oh, I hate this conversation. I hate death. I'm so scared of death. I'm so scared.
What would be the craziest way to die?
What is most random? You know, remember that program, 1,000 Ways to Die?
What would be the most random? Getting hit by a flying boob.
Oh, that's a good way.
Pretty
A
random.
flying boob.
Just one singular flying boob. Detached boob.
How did it get detached?
Well, that's another story.
Is that somebody else's way of going?
It was a dual death.
I'm just trying to think of random ways to go.
Well-
I mean, the dude that got hit by that flying cow, that was pretty random.
It was whilst pissing on. Not again.
The cow sound effect has returned, everybody! Yay! We've had weeks of family fortunes and other silly sound effects. The cow has been moved.
Look, he's so proud of that one.
Moved off the
He was
soundboard.
so happy at that
And
moment.
Daisy has returned. Hi, Daisy. How are you, Daisy? And on a numerical scale, how are you feeling? 4? Fucking bitch.
That milk's going to be sour tonight.
If you, well, talking of milk and missing
Wait,
out
what
your
kind of
way.
milk?
Italian cheesemaker crushed to death by
Not
thousands.
Bentonito.
He's not a cheesemaker.
What is he?
Haberdasher.
Oh, yeah, of course he's a
The
haberdasher.
Italian haberdasher. But this Italian cheesemaker, friends of Bentonito.
Cheesemonger.
No, cheesemaker.
Monger.
Mongers sell cheese. Cheese makers make cheese.
But what if the maker sells the cheese afterwards?
Well, this is an Italian cheesemaker.
Why can you only mong certain things?
Fish,
mong fish.
cheese, and iron.
War.
Oh, you can mong war. You,
You
can
can
mong.
mong.
We've had this conversation
Yeah,
before.
I know.
No, but it just why would you do
Okay,
that? Stupid English,
But this guy isn't monging shit. He's making cheese.
which then goes to a monger.
Anyway, the Italian cheesemaker, or the former cheesemaker, was crushed to death by thousands of 40-kilogram wheels of parmesan.
Do you know who I bet?
It's gonna crush me.
Do you know who I bet's really upset with that? All these mongers.
Well, got nothing to mong.
No, they can still sell.
Oh, the cheese has killed the fucking guy that made
You
it.
can
Now
still
there's nothing for us mongers.
You can mong the cheese even though it's killed someone.
No, you can't.
There is
It's
no
fucking
rule
dead.
among the mongers of cheese.
I don't think anyone's going to...
on the
I
Cheesemongers
don't
Guild.
think mongers will sell blood-splattered cheese.
It's covered. It's
Tons of
protected.
cheese. It's a new variety with the ketchup in. It's got the ketchup. It's delicious.
The wax is a bit red, but it's okay.
Exactly.
Just to wipe it off, it's fine.
That's why
It's not the blood.
that is exactly why the wax is red, to hide the blood of all the makers that are killed during the process of stacking thousands.
Dangerous business, stacking
Stacking
wheels of
cheese.
cheese and chasing it down hills, as we've previously
Yeah,
covered.
that's
but
true.
every stage of a cheese wheel's life is
so
fraught with danger.
It's the most dangerous food product known to
Burn
man.
wheels of cheese. Burn wheels of cheese.
Yeah, we're going to come around
We've
and
really-
we're gonna remove all the wheels of cheese from the neighbourhood. And we're going to stockpile them and keep them safe from
You
everyone.
can only have a wedge.
The cheesemongers.
My cheese. No wheels, just wedges.
No, imagine a wedge landing on you from a height. That's just going to cut your head off.
All right, cheese is not like a
Sharp is
fucking...
this wedge of cheese.
I don't think you can make cheese that sharp.
high velocity
Like, this is the
cheese.
sharpest cheese I've ever made.
Cheese literally is sharp.
Yeah,
That is a
that's what it
descriptive
is.
term.
It is.
That's a sharp cheddar.
Do you mean it was
Cheddar, my
mature?
mouth is fucking bleeding.
At least it was a mild red Leicester this time. So the cheesemongers, a real big sidebar.
Thank you for being honest.
The
The
cheesemonger.
Cheesemongers Guild got together in respect for
cheesemaker.
Giacomo Chiaprani.
Giacomo Giaprani.
I told you the mongers would be upset.
I'm making a cheese.
Not
and the
anymore.
cheese are falling.
You know the crazy-
Cheese are making me.
Rescuers.
Cheese are making me die. You're making me go.
The rescuers worked through the night in a
What?
bid to rescue.
How big was this cheese avalanche?
Do you understand the word thousands? Do you understand thousands?
It melted a bit, so it was literally a cheese avalanche.
Thousands
Had to
of 40
dig through
kilogram
it.
wheels.
Do you know how much fucking bread they went to on that fondue pile? All night, boys, keep eating that cheese.
Poor Gio at the bottom didn't know which was up and which was down.
He was
I'm
stuck
stuck
under
into the cheese.
They're just fucking eating their way through it as quickly as
Well, I
they
was going to
could.
say, this is where I'm alluding to the rescuers. They weren't digging.
Parmesan's not a cheese to just fucking gorge on like
That's
that,
it. They had
is
to make the pasta
That's a
and
shame.
everything.
They had
They
to-
had to bring in so many ovens,
Quick,
right?
bring the bolognese!
Oh no, the marinara is not ready yet.
How much bolognese do you need? All of the
the
bolognese!
customers already said when. We must stop putting the
No,
parmesan.
stop saying the when. You just do the parmesan.
Never say when! Do not say the when!
Don't give him the option of the when. Just give him the parmesan. His life depends on it.
There's a dead guy at the centre of this story.
There is.
We have to make it funny somehow.
It required 120 rescuers.
It's a big restaurant.
I really don't think you understand the term thousands.
I don't think you
you're
understand the
struggling
term rescuer if the guy's dead.
They didn't know he was dead at this
It is a
point.
shit rescue job.
When you're buried under that
I'm a
much cheese,
rescuer,
you
you're
can't.
dead.
You don't know.
I'm
You
a
don't know
nothing
if you're
good
alive.
rescuer.
or
Look, right, do you know how many tables they needed to serve? They needed 120 people.
not. Oh, this is a shame.
We need to open every
They got
restaurant
20 in the
down.
kitchen and they got 100 out front.
So it was actually when the incident happened. It was actually using a machine to rotate and clean the cheese wheel.
A machine.
That's his
A
job.
cheese cleaning machine.
Why do you have to clean the cheese? That's my question. Why does it need cleaning?
Because of all the mice.
One of the shells collapsed.
Sounds
and
like he's not a trusted employee. Oh, Gio, just go to clean the cheese.
well, it's 74.
Clean them all up. Here's a machine. You use that.
Like when they
Fucking
send, like
random
when
box.
workmen send like their apprentice to get a bubble for a spirit level or something like that.
Tartan
It's the-
paint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tartan paint, the Italian equivalent. Go clean the cheese, Gio. He's amazing.
Clean all the cheeses. There's
well-
loads. Clean them all.
Meanwhile,
Here's
Giuseppe's
a
at the back pushing a little wheel of chip.
We've got him. This will be hilarious.
And then they all collapse. And then
Oh,
So there was-
and then they got to eat cheese all night.
they feel, Yay!
It's a happy ending.
And there was much rejoicing.
There was a total of 25,000 wheels that landed on him from shells that domino affected.
You're just adding numbers here.
I don't think 25,000 wheels could land. The surface area doesn't add up.
They're all one after the other.
How could 25,000 wheels of cheese can't be touching one person at the same time?
Really fucking terrible game of Buckaroo. An Italian man and cheese.
We've got 25,000 cheese wheels on top of it.
Cheese mountain.
one on top of the other. It reaches to the sky.
It was
bigger than Tower of Pisa.
because the cheesemongers were unable to mong the cheese after.
Oh,
It was a total cost of £6 million.
£6 million worth of parmesan.
But that includes the cost of the wheel cleaning machine that broke in the accident. That's
just a box they gave him to entertain him.
it's shoe
Got
polish.
some brushes in it. Like, you're cleaning with the machine. You put it in, you shake it about.
It was
It's a
like
record player, just stick it on there.
it was like
Spin it
£1.50 off the £6 million mark, so they've rounded up. Put the machine in. Put the cost of the machine
for the
in.
insurance claim.
The guy's died, but the machine is broken and we need that.
25,000 wheels of cheese.
Ruined.
Is this a big
I
warehouse?
It's a
or-
warehouse of
warehouse
cheese.
of cheese.
A cheese
But
house.
they store them for years, don't they? So they have to
Yeah,
have
they
a big
do.
stockpile. But they're currently scared of moving the rest of the cheese because they're
case what?
concerned that the other shells would buckle, causing the same accident to happen again.
Oh, no.
So this is why.
This is like a dangerous... This is just like a disaster, a cheese disaster waiting to happen.
Oh, it was, and that's why the price of cheese has gone up so significantly.
Oh, okay, so this is...
It's all Gio's fault.
That's it. Fucking Gio.
Bastard. Glad he died.
Giacomo. So yeah, there's my story for the week. I know it was a bit cheesy.
Oh, I was waiting for that.
Dear,
So
unbelievable.
bad. Oh, no.
Good on.
Stop it.
How dare he?
Right, ladies, gentlemen, everybody else, anybody else, roll up. It's time for Little Sammy's section. What have you got for us this week, Sam? Well, I'll tell you.
Oh boy, he's got to tell us.
He's talking to
going to
himself.
tell. He's going to tell.
He's going to tell.
He's going to... No, none of that.
None of that, no. There'll be no singing in here. So, before I get into it, this is my new favourite feature.
What?
And I encourage listeners everywhere to get on board with this. So
On board what?
We quite often ask listeners to send us stories, new stories. But one of our listeners has got in touch with a real story, a story that's happened
Hang on,
to
just
them.
to clarify.
I thought people
our
send us
stories
real
are
stories.
Oh, wait, a story that's happened to them.
Yeah, it's not
You're
a
being
new
very
story.
confusing, though.
You are.
All
You're
our
always
stories
very
exist.
confusing.
Well, not all of them.
This series, all stories have been real.
All the
Yes,
stories have
yes,
been
this
real.
is true. All our stories are real. Just
Disclaimer,
for the
disclaimer.
lawyers, for the lawyers, all of our stories are real. But this is a real story that happened to this person.
Okay.
It's not a news story. It's not something
It's
that
not
you find.
news, then why are we bringing it to the fucking podcast?
Because it's. I want more people to do this. I want people to
It's
sell
us
us.
that do the alternative news, not him.
Yeah, I want
he
people
does
to
the
send
normal
us
news.
their embarrassing stories, their interesting stories, things that have happened to them. Get in touch. Email us at killerrabbitpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on the socials at killerrabbitpod and send us your stories.
Send us a daily diary of your day.
Yeah, tell us anything that's happened.
Everything that you do.
Because this is great. I love this. So the person who's got in touch with us is somebody called Joel. Joel with a
Fucking
J.
J's everywhere.
There is, yeah. As we mentioned before, there's
Jolly.
Joseph
What are you
Thrice.
staring at?
It was
There's
so
Jeff.
staring.
Like a cat with the
There's
stairs at
JT.
the corner. Have you seen Ghosts?
Where? What?
You started staring.
Oh, there's a spider.
Where?
Oh,
in
he's
the
up
corner.
there, yeah.
What's his name? Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yeah. Jeremy
Oh,
Spider. There you go.
He's not moved.
He's not moved.
It's a daddy long legs.
That's a spider, my friend. It's what I would call a gangle spider. Because
It's
it's
a daddy long
it's a bit
legs.
gangly.
It's taller than you.
I call daddy long legs the things with
It's
wings.
a crane fly.
I call them daddy long legs.
Yeah, well, that's not a daddy long leg.
Is it not?
No, it's
That's
a
what
crane.
I've always called
It's a
them, daddy
crane
long legs.
fly. That's the daddy long leg.
I won't call them daddy
Benson's
long legs.
right once again. Fuck you, Sam.
Right.
Anywho, get in touch with your stories. And
Go on, Joel.
This one comes from Joel, and feel free to jump in as we go. He says,
So, Adam, have
Maybe
you
I
brought a
don't-
story?
Yeah, I have brought a story. Let me just jump in.
"Sorry, Joel,
He did give us permission to jump in.
but
whatever.
it's proved my point from last week that if your name is Jay,
That's
likelihood
true.
is
You probably listen to the podcast.
That's a
Listen
good point.
to
It's been
this
so long since we recorded that
Maybe,
know.
episode.
maybe we should really just focus on J's.
yeah. Let's
Like-
create an army of people.
If someone's not
names.
name it doesn't begin with a J, then we don't care.
we're not interested.
We're not interested at all.
Jensen. So, Joel says, "Hey up, lads. Just
Hey up, Joel.
started recently listening to the pod and now have it on every time I get in the car."
Welcome.
Good lad.
Dangerous, that is very dangerous.
What?
People have nearly crashed listening.
Oh, right, because it's so... I thought you meant just like...
No, because it's so bad. They really hate it. People thrown up halfway through.
There's like, oh, there's a lake there.
Yeah, they would try and kill themselves all the time, and everyone around them. They just lose all respect for human life.
I don't think that's the vibe Joel's going for, but
Anyway, Joel listens to it all the time in the car.
yeah, he says, I've got a story to share with you, which I think you lads might enjoy. Bit of a long one, but stick with it. So, he says, my dad's ex-wife, Vicky,
Yep, that's quite a long story.
Following it.
he's dead.
He's dead?
He's dead.
Vicky?
No, he's dead.
Okay,
We shouldn't
right.
laugh at that.
So
Sorry,
his dad's dead, but his dad's ex-wife was called Vicky.
Well, yes, and he said, he's dead and she's moved abroad, so we can use names, fuck it.
Right, okay, that's fine.
That's fair,
Sam's
because we don't-
delivery made it funny because he's terrible at delivering
Sorry.
these things.
We don't stream this internationally either, so luckily,
No, yeah,
Vicky won't
definitely.
hear this.
So anyway, his dad's ex-wife, Vicky,
Yeah.
came from a really posh family in Bournemouth.
Posho. Posho.
It's where all the old people
All
go
the
to
poshos
retire.
go.
Bloody
What, Bournemouth?
Yeah.
Is it?
I think it's got the highest concentration of retirees in the country.
Should be called Deathmas.
Oh, rather than Bournemouth.
End the story.
There we go. Thanks, Joel. And that's it for this week. Thanks for listening. No, so they're from Bournemouth. So it's about 10, 12 years ago, her parents and their neighbours were going on a cruise together.
Well, right.
So they'd asked Vicky and her sister if they would come down to the house and house sit, but also look after the neighbour's house too, because they were all going.
Okay.
The family and the neighbours.
Right, okay.
Now, he goes on to say the dog was the neighbour's little baby, so they were also looking after the neighbour's dog at the same time. Dog was the neighbour's little baby, but was also ridiculously old, and they didn't want to send him to kennels. Completely understand
Okay,
that.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
having the same issue. I want to go abroad, and Lisa's like, fuck you, and not leaving the dog. So I need to find somewhere to leave the dog. So I completely understand that.
Yeah, makes sense.
So Vicky and her sister agreed. So they agreed, and they took the train down south. Now, within 2 days, the dog's brown bread. Dog died.
Oh, no.
Dead dog, mate.
No.
Why have we gone Cockney all of a sudden?
Because he put brown bread.
I
He's
want.
he
literally,
put
he's
brown
literally written brown bread.
Okay, okay.
I want to read it
So
verbatim.
dog's brown breaded, right?
Unless he means it's actually just.
It's a
brown bread.
sandwich.
It's not
It's a
It's not a
sandwich.
dog at all.
They ate the
That's
dog.
That's a loaf of Hovis, you fool.
You've been thinking it's a dog for years.
So the dog is dead. Anyway.
Okay, the
So,
dog died.
No fault of the girls. It just died from old age.
Okay, yeah, it just died, whatever.
So they didn't want to ring and tell the parents
Because they're on a cruise. And it
or
would
the
ruin
parents'
holiday.
neighbours.
And the
Got
signal's
it.
bad
Yeah,
on
it
the cruise.
could ruin the holiday. So they rang around every vets and pet places within 100 miles. It was bank holiday
Within
Monday.
100 miles?
Well, I guess this is. I guess they rang a lot of places to try and
No,
find
no,
somebody that
you
would
said
deal with
within 100 miles.
it. Joel said within 100
Joel
miles.
said, I'm talking to Joel
Okay.
through you.
Go on then.
He said, you said,
Yeah.
within a.
You
So
said he
when I'm
said.
saying you, I mean him.
Right.
You said he
So
said.
he's. No, wait,
said-
that's not right.
No, you said.
100 miles, square radius, square foot,
Square radius?
square
What?
radius, radius, radial,
No,
diameter,
square radius.
circumference,
Can we just take from this
Shape.
that
All
they
parts of
ra-
a circle, not a square.
Jupiter.
They rang a lot of places.
They rang
rang-
places nearby and far away.
100 miles is not nearby.
And far away, I said.
Oh, fair enough.
It was bank holiday Monday, and the only place that was
Well,
open
no one's open.
was somewhere in London. So it was a train journey away.
With a dead dog.
So yeah, so
oh,
what they've
not with a
done?
loaf of brown bread. It'll go on.
Brown bread on the underground.
So
That sounds like a song name.
they've packed the dead
Brown
dog
bread on the
into a
underground.
suitcase,
Oh, no,
as you do,
no,
and went to
As
the
you do.
tube station.
no, nem.
As you can imagine, the suitcase was a little on the heavy side, and as they're dragging it up the station steps to get to the platform, a seemingly friendly local asked if they needed help. Now, in my mind, this is not my mind, this is Joel's mind, but he's putting in my mind. You see what? See?
my
So he
mind,
says,
Joel's
in my
mind.
mind, he said, all right, darling, you need a hand. In a voice similar to Frank Butcher. Sorry, I've fucked that. I've butchered it. Hey, in my mind, he
I
said,
don't know what.
all right, darling, you need a hand. He's got like a very gruff Cockney voice.
Like you just did that.
Yeah, just like that.
Ah, surprise.
Just like that. Just like that. So they didn't know what to say, because you wouldn't, would you?
To a Cockney? No, never.
I don't know what to say to a Cockney.
What rhymes with no? How do I respond?
How do I respond? I can't speak your language.
Suck and blow, suck and blow, suck and blow.
Brown bread, apples and pears.
What What's Cockney rhyming slang for? I've got a dead dog in my suitcase. So they didn't know what to say, but couldn't physically drag the case up the stairs. So they reluctantly said yes, and he proceeded to help them.
Was it a big dog?
I can assume it was big enough for the suitcase to be heavy. So, bloody hell, girls, this is heavy. What have you got in there? I'm sticking with the Frank Butcher thing. So they obviously couldn't tell him that there was a body or a dead dog in the case.
A body or a dead dog? We're not sure at this point. It could be a loaf of bread. We're not 100% convinced yet.
But it's heavy for a loaf of bread.
So they came up with a quick lie and said, it's just my husband's record collection. We're moving to London. It's really fragile, so we had to be careful when carrying up the stairs. 10 seconds later, the Cockney lad picked the suitcase up and sprinted off with it.
Oh, no. No. Imagine he gets down market and opens up that suitcase. Like, you would never guess what I've got here, mate. Fucking record collection.
Since when was my husband's record collection Cockney slang for dead dog?
Look, it's beautiful record collection. Just rubbed it off. So, oh my God.
Why is the flies coming off him, mate?
Who let the dogs out? Platinum edition.
I wonder what they thought.
Who put the dogs in? Fucking hell.
Who didn't let the dogs out in time? It's fucking dead.
So now they've got the situation. They've told the neighbours he'd escaped from the back garden when they'd gone to
Hang
the
on,
shops.
can we just pause a second?
Yeah, pause.
There's two women. Suitcase was too heavy for them to pick up some stairs.
Yeah.
Man runs off with said suitcase.
Yeah.
He must have been fucking strong.
Well, he's Frank Butcher, mate.
He's a
Big hard
Cockney.
Cockney. Double hard, triple hard Cockney bastard, isn't he?
There we go then.
And we don't know how small the women are or how large the man was, but they told the neighbours he'd escaped from the back garden once they'd gone to the shops. And you just put, suppose anything is better than telling them that he's about to be traded in at the cash
They're
converters.
never, ever going to know that the dog... they're going to think the dog just wandered off to die, aren't they?
Yeah,
But he actually
just
wandered
ran
off. This is where the logo for HMV came from.
His massive voice.
Origin story.
Origin story.
Open a suitcase. Oh, a logo. I really would love to know what happened on the other end of this story.
I know, and you can never know.
Never
Maybe
know.
said Cockney would be listening. And say,
Cockney
I
Terrace.
got that fucking suitcase,
Hey,
mate.
boy, mate.
I thought I was going to get a fucking fortune off all
What
these
did he do with
antique records.
I imagine
it's in the-
I've got a dead dog in a suitcase.
I imagine it's in the Thames right now.
What are you going to do?
It's in the
I
Thames.
would reckon
It's-
the Thames, yeah.
If you're the kind of guy that's going to nick somebody's suitcase,
You're
then you're the kind of guy that's
throw
just
it in
going to
the
leave that suitcase where the fuck it is. with a
and
dead
then
dog
bomb
in
squad's going
I'm
to
going
come
to say,
up.
but if this were
We
in the,
blew it up and Viscera
Oh,
like when they stick dynamite in Wales to get
What
rid
the
of.
fuck happened with this bomb? There's fucking bits of
It's a stick
blood
bomb.
everywhere.
Oh, I just got a fucking bollock landed on me.
No, it's a dog. It's going to have them cut off.
Oh, man.
I don't know what
Wow.
it should be worse, exploding dog or exploding vinyl, because that is a shrapnel bomb, is that?
Yeah, I know, but rotting.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe.
What would you do? What would you do?
If I'd stolen
In all stages of that story, what would you do? So
not offer to look
firstly,
after my
If the
someone's
dog
house in the
died-
neighbourhood.
firstly,
when-
dogs died. What are you
Yeah,
going
you
to do?
wouldn't tell them. You would, but you wouldn't tell them.
So I had this exact thing. Not this exact thing. Didn't have a dead
Are you
dog.
Joe?
Didn't have a dead.
Where does Joel come into all this?
I didn't have a.
Is he on the cruise?
No, this is his dad's ex-wife.
Was he there though?
No, he wasn't.
No.
Oh, he's heard about the
heard the
story.
story.
Yeah, this is probably one of those stories that's passed down
On Christmas
from
Day.
Christmas. Yeah, exactly,
Oh.
exactly. Do you remember that time when you?
Remember that time when the dog escaped and then we had a suitcase with a dog in it?
Completely unrelated.
Nobody
events.
noticed that a suitcase was missing either.
I didn't even think- Maybe it was their. It probably was their suitcase
Yeah,
because they'd
true.
gone down to stay. hadn't
How
they?
would you claim that on the insurance? My
How did
my
they get their
suitcase got
clothes
stuck.
back?
There's no clothes.
Took the clothes
It was a
out.
dog.
But it
How
had
did-
the clothes in the suitcase to start with. To have
bin
the
liners.
suitcase.
Bin liners.
I love that. That's where your mind's going with all this other stuff. You know, how did they get the clothes home?
You got to think
They're
of
just
all of
carrying
the
it.
angles.
Yeah, you do. You're
Just
absolutely right.
throwing them in the boot of the car, just loose clothes everywhere. I bet they're still there.
So yeah, this happened to me last year. So
The dog died.
Which part happened?
What happened? Which part?
Record collection. Were you Frank
Please-
Butcher?
Please clarify which part.
Were you on a cruise? Were you called Joel?
So I got a call from somebody saying, "Hello, is that Sam?" That's what they
Okay.
said.
Formal.
Yes, very formal. Who are you? To use my first name, disgraceful. And they said, "Yeah, we're from. I think it was homes for dogs or dogs for homes or something like that.
Dogs for homes.
Something like that. It was a shit.
If it's a home for dogs, the home's already established at that point.
It was a shit name. They basically just said somebody's looking after your mum and dad's dog and it's dead. And my parents had just gone on holiday like 2 days before. But luckily, the dog wasn't staying with me. It was staying.
Oh, luckily, the dog's dead.
So you didn't end up with a dog in a suitcase situation.
Yeah, no dog in a suitcase scenario. So they dealt with all that side of things and sorted it out. But it's, again, I wouldn't have been calling them.
Not when they're on holiday.
Yeah, I had to have this kind of weird conversation with this person that I didn't know that had been looking after mum and dad's dog, and she was going, "They keep texting and asking how the dog is," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, what do we do?" So we did actually tell them.
Did you?
The day before they came home, we told them.
Okay, that's fair.
You should have 5 minutes before they got on the flight. Oh, by the way, your dog's dead.
Yeah, I'm just getting on the flight. Oh, your dog's dead.
And I got no reception. Bye. Yeah. So I had that situation. So I completely understand why they didn't want to tell. But what? So again, back to the point. What would you do in that situation?
Wouldn't tell them.
So you wouldn't tell them.
No.
But now you've got a dead dog. What are you going to do?
Well, ring the vet and get rid of the dog.
Yeah,
No vets for 100 miles.
No vets for 100 miles. No vets open.
And they were taking the dog to the vet.
It's only a bank holiday, so you just wait a day.
Are you going to put it in the freezer?
No, I'm not going to put it in the freezer. I'm going to leave it.
How long is it going to start? Is it going to? Are you going to put it in the garden?
No, because then a fox will come and make
something will
things
pick
worse.
it. You should probably just leave.
Bloody fox making things worse.
Probably just leave it in its own bed.
I don't know.
I think after a day it starts stanking.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
it's
no, but the next
quick.
day you're going to have to get rid of it. But what else are you going to do? Well, from when I was a kid, if we had a dog that died, we'd bury it in the garden.
Bury the actual dog.
Yeah.
You buried a dog.
If you bury them deep enough, it's fine.
Did you?
Yeah.
I haven't buried a dog.
So dogs and cats, we would bury them in the garden.
We used to bury hamsters. That
No,
died.
dogs and
I used to
cats.
And we
bury
buried our
human
dog's
bodies.
ashes.
No,
in
dogs
its
and
urn.
cats we bury in
Oh,
the garden.
barbecue.
What's the
barbecue.
biggest dog you've buried? This is fascinating.
The Yorkshire Terrier.
That's not that big, is it?
Yeah.
It's one of the smallest dogs on the market.
Yeah. What if you had a bigger dog? Would you have buried that as well? Do you
Well,
know?
if it was a
I don't
Great
know.
Dane.
I wasn't in charge of the burial process. Surprisingly, my dad sorted that.
Your dad would be like, I'm not doing a fucking oath.
Yeah, I think
That'll
so,
take me
probably.
hours. Don't
no,
know why your
dogs
dad's
and
a
cats.
cockney. No.
Buried in the garden, yeah.
Wow. But do they not get like dug up by other animals?
If you bury them deep enough, that's what
You've
stops.
got to bury
is
them
your
deep.
dog?
Yeah, you've got to go down a couple of feet at least.
This is just standard dog burying practice. This is fascinating. I didn't realise this was a thing.
Burying things when they die.
Yeah.
Usually that's what people do.
Unusually, people put it in a suitcase and have it stolen in London.
Yeah, I know. It's more unusual to put it in a suitcase.
It's not unusual to store your dog in a suitcase.
It is.
Yeah, it is very, very unusual. Please don't
Not
do that,
unusual
people.
to bury them.
No, I think that's unusual. I think
Why?
that's strange. I don't know. Like, so we buried hamsters. Hamsters got buried. But I don't know. It just seems awfully strange. I thought you'd take them to the vet and they would incinerate them, and then you.
I
get
mean,
some
yeah,
ashes.
you can do.
Yeah, just.
Or you
sort
can
of-
bury them.
But that's
Stick
where
around
they
the
were
garden.
taking the dog. They had the dog in the suitcase to get it cremated.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because there wasn't a vet's for 100 miles.
But you would just leave it for a
Yeah.
day.
What if they didn't have a garden? I'm just coming up with.
Well, Adam's already said he's leaving it in the bed.
In the dog bed.
Dog bed, just
I'd
not my
probably-
bed.
In fact, I'd probably text them going, "Sorry, an emergency's come up. I can't look after you or the neighbour's house. Your dog's fine, by the way." And then
That's still going to ruin the holiday, isn't it? By putting a problem on them. They're going to know the dog's. Well,
also, why would I give a fuck about their holiday? Like, I'm not on holiday.
Yeah, what about my holiday?
It's a lot of effort going, not just look after one house, but 2 houses.
And a dog
And
that's
a
about
dog.
to die.
There's
And
a
did
bit-
die.
And did brown bread.
Fucking hell.
Also, sometimes people, when they come back off holiday, they ask you to get bread and milk in. Well, I've already got the bread.
it's brown. And it
dog-like.
smells really bad.
Brown bread does smell bad. Brown bread's shit. That's why they relate it to death.
It is, you do just want to see the other side of the story, don't you? And just see
Yeah, you
what
really do,
happened
yeah.
when it was opened up at the other end.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, not again. I've got to stop taking these suitcases.
But this is my plea to you guys. Get in touch. Tell us similar... Well, I don't think you'll have a similar story to that, but the kind of stories that you share at Family Do's, get in touch, send them through to us because I enjoyed that very much. Thank you very much for sending in the story, Joel. If you've got a story that you'd like to share with us on the Killer Rabbit Podcast, email us at killerrabbitpodcast@gmail.com, or you can find us on the socials, on the schmedia, at Killer Rabbit Pod.
This is my story time.
Hey!
My story!
Adam's story time!
My story time. So I have got a story today from Texas.
From Texas.
From Texas.
How do Texan people speak?
Breaking news!
Trash talk. What?
Neighbours ask family to take the bin out.
What?
Whoa!
Trash talk.
And they had a really good day.
What?
What? Say that again.
And they had a really good day.
They had a really good day.
It's a breaking news bin headline. Trash talk.
Trash talk.
I just wanted to use
I
the
thought
sound.
that was the end of it. I thought it took neighbours bins out, had a really good time. Trash talk.
I've just got a head title coming in right now off the press, hot off the bin press, Trash Talk press. Neighbours ask family to take the bin out and they had a really good day. A family were tasked with taking their neighbour's bin out for the week, but they took things a bit too literally. So, similar to your story there about
okay.
looking after the dog, someone said, can you look after our bins for the week whilst we're
Take
on
'em
holiday?
out.
They have taken the bin out every day with them. Walking
my
around the town centre.
Like a trip.
They've taken it to the googly They've even dressed it up, attaching googly eyes and a wig.
Oh, let me see.
I want to see. What did they call it? Give it a name.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's got purple hair and googly eyes.
Amazing.
They-
What a bin.
Can I just say that googly eyes
best.
improve just about everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put googly eyes on everything.
Even
always.
dead dogs.
Yeah, that's it. If they,
Couple of googly eyes,
if
fantastic.
they'd have stuck it on that dog
Great
in the
gift for the
suitcase,
kids.
the thief, when he opened it up, at the first one he'd been like, oh, and then he'd have seen the googly eyes. Oh, the fun he would have had.
Oh, the stories he'd be telling.
So the dad joke that went way too far birthed Binny.
Binny?
Oh, come on, you can do
Better
it.
name
better.
than that. Come
Benjamin the bin.
on. Benjamin. That's much
Benjamin.
Benjamin. There we go. When you were hovering round
Workshop.
and we touched
better. We
down.
work
Trash talk. We are the Premier Bin Podcast.
Binny enjoyed a pint at the pub, went down a slide at the playground,
Yeah, right,
and even
waste
walked.
a pint on Binny. Just pour it
drink
into
in
the
it.
bin.
A £6, please. Oh, fucking hell, didn't think that through.
Binned it.
This dad joke is far too expensive, and then you're going out round asking people for change.
Did
I
he
need to
get a
feed my
meal?
bin.
Did he get a meal as well? Fucking hell.
No, but it did walk a dog in the pub.
No, he didn't.
It did.
No, the bin did not walk a dog.
They stored a dead dog in it, took it to London.
Oh, it gets even more better. It gets even more.
Even more better.
Even more better.
The unlikely group was spotted at the town hall, probably
Doing
for
what?
legal reasons. A chippy, the hairdressers, and it was also given a short back and sides in the hairdresser, not the chippy, in the hairdressers.
Short back and
I've
sides of a fish.
twice scraps, 2 cans of dandelion and burdock, and a short.
Proper taking it around
Here's
everywhere.
a couple of fins.
Oh, I know we all like a fun business name. The
Yes, we
chippy
do.
was called the Codfather.
Oh, that's a common one, that
It
is.
is, but still, it's worth.
Common as fucking cod.
Binny even
Oh,
went
wait,
to a
not
war
anymore.
memorial. Not like loads of people died for that,
He
but
went
like
to
a
Yeah, no, that's a bit inappropriate.
bit inappropriate. Get it in the bin.
When you said that, I was like, that sounds really boring, and I was putting myself into the bins.
What would I
shoes
like
there.
to do if I was a bin?
If I was a bin,
If I was
into
a
the bin's
bin,
wheels.
and I got to go out for the day.
Were you
I
putting
want to go
it,
to a war memorial if I was a bin.
were you putting it into the bin's wheels?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Into the bin shoes?
I was putting myself in the bin's wheels.
Everyone thought it was just really fun. Nobody thought it was fun.
Everyone
let's face
thought it was so fun.
And it
Look
made
at
a
those
lot-
people with a bin.
And it made a lot of people
They had
smile.
googly eyes. It
Yeah,
probably did make a lot of people smile. Hey, everybody, there's a bin with googly eyes.
It made a
Oh,
lot of
look,
people.
there's a bin with googly eyes. Oh my god, this is going to make it to Trash Talk. Yes, you know it is.
There's a picture of it on a slide.
Oh, excellent.
How's it fit on a slide? It must be a big slide.
It's on an angle.
They just chucked it down the side.
The spoiler is
Get down, Billy, slag.
the spoiler.
Smashed at the bottom, and then oh no,
The problem is
we can't
Billy-
get in touch with the neighbours. We don't want to ruin their holiday by telling them we've
Destroyed their
broken
bin.
Binny.
They asked us to take it out every day.
So they put the bin in a suitcase.
and then they put that in a bin. Chucked it in the river.
In a big biffer bin.
And then somebody came and said, "Oh, this is a heavy bin. What's in here? Oh, it's my
Like,
dad's
record
record
collection.
collection."
It runs off with the bin. You open the bin later. Oh my god.
Much easier to run away with as well because it's
like
on wheels.
fucking, like them fucking Russian dolls, but the bin version.
You get a tiny little bin at the end.
The bin.
So they said, as a quote from the person who did it, it was a silly summer holiday thing. to entertain the kids.
A silly
Wow,
summer
budget
holiday.
cuts much.
What we're doing this summer, kids, is we're playing with a bin.
That's a really cumbersome thing to carry around to make a point.
Go to Alton Towers. Go to...
Yeah, exactly. We're going to the theme park today. I want to go on Nemesis. Well, would you mind staying with the bin, Timmy?
We need someone to look after
Dad,
the
it
bin.
wasn't even my idea to bring the bin.
But I want to go on Nemesis. You're looking after the bin.
You're too small to go on Nemesis. Stand with the bin. Your dad's going on Nemesis now. Fucking stand with bin.
Stand with the bin and don't get in it.
And I'm going to take this picture and you're going to fucking smile.
Look at the googly eyes. Look at the googly eyes.
Flashbacks.
So I'm glad it made the bin news. It was important.
The bin news,
The
what's
bin
that?
news. What's bin news?
Trash talk. Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot what you called it with your fancy jingle.
Trash talk. There you go.
Once
Don't you
again
ever
for the
forget.
fans.
Trash talk.
Anyway, breaking news segment. Over.
How can people find out about Binny the Bin if they want? I guess they could just
They could Google. They could go on Google.
People usually, these days, are pretty well versed in finding out information. I know they don't follow it all the time, but they can find it.
If you write to us here at the Killer Rabbit Podcast,
We will send you
and send
instructions.
us a stamped address envelope, we'll print off some pictures of Binny and send them back
Send
to
them
you.
straight to you.
And that's how you can see them and enjoy the podcast in a visual sense as well.
Ask the bill payer's permission first.
The bin payers.
Anyway, that's enough bin talk for the podcast that speaks solely about bins.
Stop calling it bin talk when it's called
It's called Trash Talk. And can you remember the tagline? I can't. That's why I'm looking.
bin.
Looking at my notes. It's trash talk where we never refuse to use the refuse news.
The refuse news.
Very clever. Adam, I believe you were bringing a story.
I was. Okay, back to the
Breaking
story. No, this is trash talk.
Bin is dead. It was hit by a nuclear
Drive
warhead.
by. Oh no, Binny.
Okay, well, at least people don't have to Google it.
Don't Google it. There's lots of disturbing images of a dead bin.
Lid's been blown off. Everything.
It's half melted.
Googly eyes everywhere.
One of the wheels is
One's
now a
missing.
square.
Pretty gory stuff.
Anyway, back to Texas, where a 64-year-old woman.
Dressed up a bin.
No, she didn't. Unfortunately, she's been experienced a nightmarish animal attack on her front lawn.
Oh no!
I know, it's dreadful.
A nightmarish attack.
Nightmarish animal attack.
What's the scale for nightmarish? It's not a full nightmare. It's not normal. It's nightmarish.
Nightmare-ish. It's not fully nightmare. It's not a demon attacking you.
It's maybe a night terror in the daylight. I
In
don't
the
know.
daylight
I just
night
don't
terror.
think it's a word where you can add ish onto the end of it.
Nightmare-ish. It's
Good
not quite a
dreamish.
full nightmare. It's
wet
just
dreamish.
a slight nightmare.
It's pretty terrible. Not
It
full on.
sounds pretty terrifying because Peggy Jones, that's her name, was
Peggy.
attacked. She was attacked by a snake
Oh.
and a hawk at the same time. At the same time.
That's
she
some
was-
rotten luck, is
it's
that?
bad luck. So she was in her garden mowing her lawn, right? And she said she was minding her own business, obviously mowing her lawn, when she felt a snake
Mowing the what?
mowing her lawn.
Did you say lawn?
I don't know.
Mowing the lawn. Mowing the lawn. Mowing the lawn. Mowing the lawn. Mowing the
I
lawn.
think it was a cross between lawn and hawk.
Oh, yeah, I think it was
Mowing
the
the
lawn.
lawn when a horn came down.
She was mowing her lawn and minding her own business.
I'm
When
just minding my business,
What she-
mowing the lawn.
That's
My
exactly what
name
she was
is
singing as
Peggy,
well.
and I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
Surely nothing bad could happen.
And then, literally, out of the clear blue sky, landed on her right arm a snake. A snake fell out of the sky.
Hang on. She was attacked by a snake and a bird, but the snake landed on.
The snake fell out of the sky.
You've got this the wrong
No,
way
no,
around.
no,
You've
no.
got your animals confused, Adam.
I don't think I have.
No, the snake is on the floor.
slithering around.
This snake came from the sky.
No, this
Yeah,
is
it
not a
did.
flying snake.
Maybe it's the snake from the plane.
There's more than one.
No, the story I told that time.
Yeah, maybe it just
God,
jumped
yeah.
The
out.
singular snake on the singular
My
plane.
mind obviously went to the film.
On
Instead
the
of that
motherfucking snakes.
This
On
is
the
just one
motherfucking-
snake, not lots of snake. One snake that came from the sky.
came from the sky.
Came from the sky.
Where? No.
Yeah, it did. That's
Was
what
the,
it
was the
said.
hawk carrying it?
It says, well, this is what I
This-
think.
this-
I think it might have been
By the
carrying
husk.
it and it's let go.
Does a snake have a husk?
Yeah, it's a coca snake.
Snake in it.
No, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this hawk was carrying this snake and it's dropped it. and it's landed on this woman.
That's why the hawk would have been attacked, because it's like, you got my dinner, bitch!
That's it. So the snake's wrapped around her arm, and then the hawks come in to attack the snake, and she's just like, oh my God, what's happening?
I don't know what to focus on!
So she got a snake wrapped around her arm, she got a hawk attacking it. All just gone wrong for this woman in a split second.
Stop pecking me! Peck the snake! Peck the snake!
So she tried to sling the snake away, but couldn't because it wrapped itself around, and then the hawk just went fucking nuts on her. They're pretty vicious.
You're stealing my food. That's what
that's
all
what
the
it
hawk
thought.
thinks.
Get
off my food, motherfucker.
That's it. The hawk did grab the snake in the end and managed to pull it off. It doesn't say, it just says a hawk.
Lucille.
Finally, on its fourth attempt, the bird grabbed a hold of the snake and carried it away.
Its fourth attempt? How long were each of the attempts? Was
I don't know, it doesn't say.
Quick swoop and peck? I think that's the terminology. A swoop and peck.
She says the snake and hawk were fighting each other. So I reckon I reckon this was quite...
It's the kind of thing that you don't want to be in the middle of, isn't it? If you saw a hawk and a snake fighting, you'd probably say, I'm going to give that a wide berth. But when it's taking place on your arm...
Basically, you've become the arena for hawk versus snake.
Fight! No, in fact, don't!
Which arena would you like? Old lady!
You've seen the octagon. You've seen the boxing ring. It's now Old
3,
Lady Sam.
2, 1. Ah!
In the red corner, straight out of the sky.
It's a snake. That's not right.
You sure? Snake in the sky. In Texas. In Africa.
100% sure. So yeah, poor lady.
So if you're in Texas, don't be mowing lawns.
Just don't.
Or laws.
Don't
Or
be
locks.
anywhere.
Or locks.
Don't be under the sky
Don't be.
because snakes are in
That's
it.
good advice. There is snakes in the sky. I'm fed up with these motherfucking snakes in the motherfucking sky. Hawks
So
are
yeah,
allowed.
don't be anywhere near the sky because snakes can fall out of it, and then hawks will follow.
And the hawk came up from the ground, presumably.
Burrowed his way out.
Came out of a little hawk hole in the floor.
Hawk hole sounds ace. These ground-dwelling hawks,
And that's upside down land, otherwise known as Texas.
where snakes fall from the sky and hawks come from the ground.
To attack you on your arm!
They all fight over human meat. But yeah, poor fucking poor whatever her name was.
Peggy
Jones.
Peggy Jones.
Poor Peggy Jones.
I was just out in my garden, minding my own business.
She basically became the Super Smash Brothers stage for this hawk versus snake battle.
Hawk versus snake.
What would you do if a hawk and a
I
snake
love this,
attacked you at
new
once?
thing that we're doing now. Is what would you do in this situation?
What would you do in this situation?
We're becoming
'Cause,
empaths.
would you just sit there going, it's a hawk?
That's exactly what I do, yes. I think that's exactly
I would
what
side with the one that looks like it was going to win and
How
say,
would
I'm
you
on your
know?
side.
Oh, just say it. Just say it.
I'd try and talk down the situation.
Come on, snake, calm down.
Excuse
The
me.
snake's fallen from the sky. There's not much more talking down you can
Hawk, I'm not a threat. I'm not trying to steal your food.
And it's going-
This snake. Can you stop making all that noise in my face and flapping your wings? Stop pecking me in the eyeballs. Stop pecking. No. Hawk, stop it.
And the
Stop pecking.
snake's like,
Snake. No, stop biting me. Stop it. No, I'm trying to resolve this.
I think you would be dead
peacefully
by
do. You
now.
said the venom
and
at this
calmly.
point.
Okay.
I'm trying to just...
Well, that's a good point. Get bit by the snake, anesthetize yourself,
Anesthetize
then
yourself.
be attacked and
How
eaten
is
alive by the
getting
hawk.
bit by a snake anesthetizing yourself?
Well, you're dead in about 10 seconds, aren't you? So
That's what you do.
yourself with death.
I'd be like,
I mean,
accept fate.
We've got this general anaesthetic today. It's called death.
It works.
You'll never feel anything again.
It essentially works.
this hawk pecking me in the eyes is really painful. What you need is death. Right?
Just fucking kill yourself.
The snake decides to go on strike. I'm not biting you. I'm saving it for the hawk.
Death.
Was it a rattlesnake? Because the
It
text on
doesn't say.
rattlesnake.
Yeah, imagine
10 seconds,
A
death.
rattlesnake falling from the
Excuse me,
fucking
Mr.
sky.
Snake, wrapped around my arm. Can you identify
snake
yourself?
are you?
What type of snake are you, sir? Hawk, what have I told you? Stop pecking me in
I'm
the
just
eyes.
trying to understand the situation
And,
before you
take the
carry on.
I need to know what type of snake it is before we can proceed, okay?
It's got a rattle, but I'm not 100% convinced. It's holding a baby's
It's
rattle.
an imitation rattlesnake.
So what would you do in this situation?
Probably fucking try and punch the hawk or something. You
can't just punch a
get the
hawk.
snake off your arm if it's wrapped round, right?
Tuck and
so
roll.
The first thing you're going to do is
Tuck
try and
and
get rid of
roll.
the hawk.
Tuck and
tuck
roll.
and roll, so you've got a snake
It's not a
right
fire.
close to you. Like you're just gonna wrap the snake into your body. I'll protect you, snake.
Bury yourself down into the hawk hole.
Oh yeah, or go up into the sky. Seeing as though there's no logic going on here, just fly.
Make a human hole.
In the sky. My brain is
In fact, you
I'm
still
gonna dig into the sky.
you still
The snake poison's kicking in, guys. You still get into the sky right now.
still got the
I'm getting
lawnmowers.
away from it now. I'm going up and up and up.
Oh, it turns out I'm dead. Oh, that's fun.
That's why I can't feel anything at all.
I'm in heaven.
Hooray!
Why is there so much fire?
Heaven's on
Snakes
fire.
everywhere. And hawks.
Oh my god, all the holes.
That's where they're burrowing up from. Hell hawks.
And falling from snake heaven.
I want to be in a band called the Hell Hawks.
The Hellhawks and the Angel Snakes.
It's more of a biker gang that in it than a whatever. Did you say
band,
Yeah,
yeah.
biker gang. I think.
Biker gang.
The Hellhawks.
I think it could be both.
The Hellhawks could also be a military outfit for the American Air Force.
It's not going to be everything. It could also be a school and a fucking museum. It
could be an American football team.
And a moose.
It could be a moose.
Hellhawk
Hellhawk
the
moose. Hellhawk beer. That sounds good.
That does sound good.
Hellhawk burgers.
I'll have a pint.
Hellhawk shoes.
Hellhawk chicken wings.
Hellhawk chicken
no,
wings.
Hellhawk wings would work.
From J&L.
The Hellhawk range. Everything.
Everything.
Everything but
It's
starts with Hellhawks.
It's one of them super
Fish
brands.
fingers.
Hellhawk snakes. No,
Put Hellhawk in front of it and it's a Hellhawk thing.
It's like fight milk.
Hellhawk, killer rabbit.
Sponsored by
Hellhawk.
snakes.
Welcome to the Hell Hawk Podcast. I'm Sam. And here's Mr. Adam Chase. Right, we've come to the end of the Hell Hawk Podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
No. It's Killer Rabbit Podcast sponsored by Hellhawk.
Oh,
It's the Hellhawk, killer rabbit, Hellhawk bonanza.
Snake from the sky.
With the hawks of hell and the snakes of the sky.
my
Snakes of the
apologies.
sky.
Snakes of the sky.
We really need to workshop the name. It's not quite that catchy.
I think it's well catchy. That
You'll
rolls
put
right
it,
off the tongue.
You'll put it into its little words that you do.
In the-
So
You'll
I'll
put
put it into the little words.
Put
that I
it into
do.
it because it's not words now. It's just a concept.
What's it called? Acronyms. You'll acronyise it.
Acronymise it.
You'll
Maybe
acronymise.
the KRPHHSS. Oh, we can't. Oh, no. You can't call it that.
Whoa, okay.
Stop the
Gone too
acronising.
far. Stop the Hellhawks. It's over. You've ruined
Have we
it.
got a final solution to what we can?
Oh, no.
You've ruined all of it.
Anyhow.
Ruined the Hellhawks. They're gone now.
Yeah.
They don't exist. There's no hawks in
Did
hell.
anyone cash in on the shares whilst we were still?
No, we've all bottomed out. It's ruined. It's the end.
So thank you very much for listening
Yeah,
anyway.
thanks.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
Not really.
And if you are slamming this podcast over the last couple of episodes.
It's a good way of
It's
advertising. He's
hilarious.
cancelling us.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be the guy that sits here and goes, "You're shit, you are." What are you fucking
Like the opposite to
talking
a
about?
hype man.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. I'll be the
Down
snipe,
man.
the
Snipe.
snipe man.
Yeah.
The Snipe Man just sounds
Snipe
cooler.
Man.
That's part of the Hellhawks.
Hellhawks suck, dude.
What's your name? Hellhawk Snipe Man.
Snipey hell.
If you have enjoyed it, please
No, I
come
haven't.
along.
I told you.
Not you.
We're not asking you.
Well,
Not
stop
you,
asking the
please.
question then. I'm the only one in the room. Benton's a figment of our imagination.
Oh, that'd be weird. That'd be concerning if I was a figment of
That just tripped me out a little bit.
imagination. What if
Why
I
did
am?
you actually think he was then?
Just for a
It's like,
second,
wait,
I
Benton's
just
not
thought
real, is he?
maybe he's not.
And Adam just puts up with your delusion.
No,
to
we
make
just
it-
both create you when we're together in the same room.
And then I go back to.
Nothingness.
Fucking
Figment.
aquarium.
Pretend to be an octopus with 4 legs. Woo.
What I get up to in my free time is up to me and me alone, and the visitors to the aquarium.
you know when the outro goes off on one.
Every
That's
time.
This.
All
Are
the
we
time.
experiencing it right now?
Right now, that's happening right now. Not to you though, because you're not real.
I'm not real.
This motherfucker is not real.
Oh my god, that video. That was fucking
She's come
great.
out now. Not come out, but she's.
She's apologised for saying motherfucker. She's
Yeah.
apologised for swearing in front of kids. Not apologised for saying that the motherfucker wasn't real though.
Have you seen this? That somebody's put a picture of her online, and for some reason, photoshopped enlarged breast.
Yeah, I saw
And then they're
that.
going, "Why is the one thing you did enlarge a breast?"
It's the internet.
I think
That's a
what
good point.
the technical term is to.
Apologies.
Yeah, you gotta-
You know, for once, I will absolutely stand corrected. It is.
You stand over
Somebody. Ooh,
You stand over there correctly.
So it's the end of the fucking podcast.
Is it really?
Yes.
You keep saying this, but I don't think it is. I think something else is going
It's
to
still
go on.
going. It's still going. Prove
I
me
think we're going
wrong.
to chat about
Prove
some
me
other
wrong.
bollocks, okay? What else can we talk about? What do you call the end of a piece of bread?
A crust.
Ah,
I call it crust.
It's wrong. You're all wrong. It's the
don't-
wrong name.
You don't call it a heel, do you? You're not one of
I
those
don't,
people.
but it is called a heel.
It's just the-
I call it a crust as well, but no, the technical terms are heel.
Yeah, nobody wants technical terms.
But that's what it is.
I
So
like,
you're wrong.
I like the crust slice. You know.
You're fucking weird.
No, but if you know, like.
It's not a nice slice.
You toast
it's
it.
dry.
No, it is. If you toast
no,
it,
not even toasted.
loads of
it's
butter
not
on
nice.
it, or-
Nah.
It's a terrible
You could just
slice.
get a normal slice and put loads of butter on
Yeah,
toasted.
but that one
and
it
that's
holds
much
more
better.
butter. It holds more.
No,
you can
no,
put
you can't. Don't give me
a
that
full
bollocks.
pack of Lurpak.
It's
that
a
doesn't.
terrible slice.
It's a terrible slice. It's
No,
dry.
it's
It's thin.
It's not dry if you
disgusting.
melt butter on it.
Well, no, but it's just buttery and crusty.
It sounds earth.
No, nah, done.
I'm
No.
trying to end the podcast, you know.
No, you're not allowed.
I'm not allowed.
You've
No,
been
are
Sam.
Are we going forever?
Forever. Never.
I need to do
Longest
the-
podcast.
I
You've
need
done
to
the
do the
Schmedia
pluggy
stuff.
bits. No, I haven't.
You did
Go on
halfway
then.
through.
I genuinely
you
haven't.
did because
halfway
you did
through.
Killer Rabbit.
You did it at the end of your section.
Yeah.
Well, I need to do it again.
Why?
Okay. In 3.
Please go and
Two.
review us. Give us nice likes and subscribe and
Nice
follow
likes.
us. Nice
Nice
likes. Make sure it's not a horrible like. There's a nice
Not
like.
the mean likes,
Nice
or the
friend.
sad likes, or the melancholy likes. A nice like only.
Yes, please.
A nice like and a normal comment.
Oh, please. Oh, please. 5-star reviews, Spotify, iTunes, Apple, wherever you listen.
Blah, 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 blah.
Send us stories, send us personal stories, send us news
Personal
stories.
stories?
Yes. Tell us about that time you peed yourself and the family do. Whatever.
Oh, fine.
Get in touch at Killer
It was
Rabbit Pod on the
1997.
socials.
I'd have a lot of cola that day.
killerrabbitpodcast@gmail.com.
You think we've defeated him?
Send us things. Give us likes and shares.
Nice likes.
Subscribe. Nice likes. Oh, nice little like down the middle.
We're going to have a nice little like.
There's a couple of nice ones.
Nice little like.
You've been
Nice,
Sam.
happy
I've
likes.
been Sam.
I've been Benson. He's been Adam.
I have.
And this is the end of the podcast.
Look how sad he is.
I'm so defeated.
We did it.
We defeated Sam.
I thought you meant we got to the end of the podcast.
Bit of this, bit of that. Yeah. We're still going.
It's not ending. Little column A, little column B. So I
And
call it a
you're
crust.
Has anyone brought a bin?
What do you want? Some kind of
Trash talk.
Yes, you do.
End it there. Bye.
Now, bye.
No, no, no.